Good morning, everyone. I got in pretty late last night, maybe like 7:30, so it ended up being about 14 or 15 hours of driving. I didn't realize the speed limit got to 80 out here, and I was going 65, so it kind of killed my ETA. Got here fine, no problems with the camper, popped it up, ate some dinner. I was pretty tired, so I didn't do any video last night. I figured I'd just update you guys this morning. Obviously, camper popped up. Battery worked amazing last night. I ran propane heater in the battery all night. It's right around 40% right now, and the temperature was about 4 or 5 degrees last night, so it was pretty good. I could definitely feel a cold through this canvas, but in my sleeping bag, I was pretty toasty. I haven't camped since I was about 12 or 13 years old, so I had to get used to the sleeping bag and everything like that. Honestly, I think by the end of the trip, I'll be totally used to it. I didn't get the worst sleep of my life, but I definitely didn't get the best either. I slept from probably about 10 o'clock last night until 6 this morning. It's probably about 6:45, 7 o'clock right now. The sun's just coming up. I found this spot right next to a toilet, which is fantastic. I don't have a toilet in here. Now, in no way am I saying that I am a camper or perfect at this. This is me and you learning together. I'll tell you that right now. It's a lot of trial and error, a lot of things that go right, a lot of things that go wrong. But it's been a dream of mine for so long to be able to sleep in a national park like I did last night. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's almost hard to believe that it's real. Like, I feel like I need to like wake up from a dream or wake up from something that tell me that like this is actually happening. I'm super excited for today. It's supposed to be pretty cold in the morning and then warm up to like 38 degrees in the afternoon, and then the rest of the time I'm here is supposed to be in the 30s. It's not supposed to get like absolutely disgustingly cold, which is good because it's a good test of the camper, and I don't know if I'd make it through the negative 28 that they've had. So today we're gonna look for bison and bighorn ram. That's number 1 and 2, or anything that I happen to come across. I know they got pronghorn here. They technically got bobcat, but I would doubt I'm gonna see a bobcat. But so this morning I'm gonna drink some tea, get a little warmed up. I'm gonna put the camper down, get everything ready, and then I'm gonna drive around, maybe go to the front, get a map, and then try and find where the bison are. So if I find where the bison are and I can find a parking lot like this or something like that, that would be absolutely ideal. Park the truck, get everything ready, pop it back up, set out the solar panel, and hopefully let that solar panel charge up this battery while I'm gone, and hopefully taking photos of bison. So here's the hoping for something good today. Okay, I just had the most amazing experience with a bighorn ram. I like to drive the park to kind of like get my bearings, see what I can see. I was totally not ready for it. I saw it. It was like right over this hill. I'll show you guys some photos. I didn't take any video. It was like right over this hill, just in the most perfect spot. The light was perfect. I grabbed my R5 and my smaller 400, just ran out halfway there. I was like, oh my God, I should have got the vlogging camera. I'm pretty new to this. I totally forgot. I took the photos I could get, and now I'm just gonna get ready for if I see anything else. I was totally unprepared, totally my fault. I got some pretty beautiful photos of it. It was on this ridge, and then it kind of like went down into a ravine. So I got perfect vista view, and then of it like running, and it was just amazing. I'm so happy right now. I've only been driving for maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. So I'm really hoping I'll be able to get something cool today. I really wish I would have grabbed the vlogging camera, but it's all set up now. I'm gonna get my warm stuff on. It's probably about 10 degrees. It looks warmer than it is. It's about 10 degrees right now. So hopefully we'll get something really cool. I'm gonna get my boots on. I'm gonna get my jacket on. I'm gonna get my big 400 ready. And let's hope we can find something really cool. All right, so while I was packing up, getting ready, he came back up and over. So we're gonna walk over. I just had my 400 and I just got this camera. So we're gonna walk over and see if we can get something cool. Okay, so he's right over here. I'm staying pretty low. So I'm shooting at f8. It's less than ideal for me. I honestly really like to shoot as wide open as I can. You know, I'm using a 2.8 lens. I might as well shoot it at 2.8. So if he stays here for a while, I'm gonna take some video, take some photos, and see if I can run back to the truck and get that variable neutral density. Because that'd be beautiful. This is so cool. Okay, couldn't resist. I had to go get it. Okay. It's looking for its eye right now, so it's kind of like on the horn. And it just stays there. And if it loses the eye, it'll focus on the body. And then if it sees the eye again, it'll come back for it. So the reason I needed a neutral density is that when you're shooting video, you have really specific settings that you need it to be. So right now I'm shooting at 60 frames per second, which means my shutter speed has to be double that. So 125th of a second is as close as I can get. Sorry, he's looking right at me. So 125th is as close as I can get. Now, I'm stuck there. I can't go any higher. So if I want to be at 2.8, my ISO has to be all the way down to 100. And then I need to cut the light. So this neutral density is a variable one, so I can bring it in and out as to make my exposure as good as I can be. Oh, he's so pretty. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Okay, so I think we're gonna leave this guy alone now. This has been more than I could ever ask for. I can't believe how close he is. It's just perfect. So I think we'll pack up, head back to the truck, keep driving. I've only maybe gone through like half the park so far. So keep driving, see what else we can find. Hopefully we'll find like a bison herd. No, I definitely don't want this to be a drive in the truck, jump out, find things, jump back in the truck, keep driving. This is not what I want this channel to be. I definitely want, if I could lay down and choose what I wanted right now, I would definitely choose to find a bison herd, find somewhere for me to park the truck, like a parking lot, pop it up, get the solar panel out, get everything ready, and then hike out to go find the bison. I don't want this to be to and from the truck constantly. For me, the photos are super important, obviously. Like, I love the photos. I'm here for the photos, I'm here for the video. But I also want to spend time with these animals, and I want the experience of going out, finding the animals, being with them. I'm not here to just check species off a list for me. I'm here to sit down, spend time. I've probably been with this ram now for about an hour. I just want to be with it, experience it, share this moment in time. And that's another reason why I came here. Like, I could have gone to Yellowstone or Yosemite or something like that and probably saw more animals, but coming to the Badlands allows me to be really secluded. I've seen 2 other cars so far all day today. I am with this ram by myself. All I'm doing is taking photos of it. No one else took these photos. And if that's how you are and you like to go to national parks and that's how you do things, then I have no problem with that. That's you. But for me, I don't want to feel like paparazzi. 2 years ago or so, we went to the Grand Tetons, and it was an extraordinary experience. I loved it. Here, I gotta put my glasses on and spray out. It was absolutely the most amazing experience, but everyone was looking for the fabled $3.99 bear and her 3 cubs, which is amazing. But when we would go through the valleys that the $3.99 was supposed to be at, honestly, there was like 200 or 300 photographers just sitting around waiting. And again, if that's you and that's what you're there for, I have absolutely no problem with that. Like, you do you, but for me, I could have sat there and I could have waited for $3.99, and honestly, I probably would have taken a beautiful photo of her and her cubs, just like everyone else did, and maybe they took a better photo than I would have taken. But I just don't want to feel like one of everyone else. Like, I want, no one else today is gonna take in any photos or videos of the experience that I just had. Like, no one. And that's really special to me. And it's just me and that ram out there, and I'm talking pretty loud, and this dude does not care about me at all, which is really awesome. But I think what we'll do is we'll pack up, we'll keep going. Hopefully we can find a herd. Hopefully I can find somewhere to park and leave the truck and walk out and hike to them. And I know it sounds like I'm being really picky, and I'm probably not going to get what I want, but I can still try for it, and that's why I'm here, and we'll see what we can get. I saw some mule deer earlier, which are really pretty. Maybe we'll go find some of those later. But let's explore the rest of the park, see how it goes. I just get done telling you how this isn't gonna be a me driving around and jumping out of the car type situation. And I'm like 200 yards down the road and I'm jumping out of the car. I got these beautiful bighorn ram like right on this crest. And I don't know, maybe it's really popular here, maybe like that happens a lot, but I'm gonna take some photos and videos of it. I'm gonna get low because I'm actually slightly higher than them, and I definitely want to get some horizon in there. So let's see. I just kneeled in a cactus. Ouch. I can't believe I just kneeled in a cactus. So you guys probably can't see them, but they're right here. Okay, so they're laying back down, which is really good because I was a little worried when I first got here. They all like stood up and looked at me. And in no way am I trying to stress them out or cause them anything that they shouldn't have to deal with other than just being ram and doing their thing. So they kind of ran around a little bit and now they're laying back down, which means they're cool with me being here. I'm going to actually go. Keep moving on. I swear to God, I keep lying to you though and telling you we're going to hike and do this and that, but all these opportunities keep popping up and I can't turn them down. So onward and upward. I decided to park for a little bit. It's about noon. The sun's honestly pretty high. There's no clouds at all, so I'm getting some pretty harsh shadows. I did find the bison. There's a few in this field over here, and then back here, probably half mile, 3/4 of a mile, there's like a big herd of them. So I thought I should park here, get my solar panels out. That way I can get to charging the big battery. I had it charging in the car a little bit as I drove around, but like when I turn off the car, it stops charging. And since I used about 60% of the battery yesterday, I wanted to make sure I had enough time to get it as close to 100 as possible. So I got my 200 watt solar panel right there. It's the Goal Zero Nomad 200. And I got it plugged right into my battery. Right now, I think when I was in there, it was pulling like 185 watts. But honestly, that's really good. It should charge up my battery as much as humanly possible. I might leave it there until sunset with the truck, and then I'll go hike towards where the bison are, just because I want that battery as high as possible. It's not supposed to be as cold tonight as it was yesterday, so hopefully I won't need to use the furnace as much, but testing, I'm testing all this stuff out for the first time. I'm seeing how everything works, and it's a lot, honestly, like testing the camper, testing the truck, testing the battery, testing the solar power. So there's a lot going on. I think I'm gonna sit inside the camper for a little while, download some images that I took earlier, and then maybe grab some lunch. And then hopefully about an hour and a half before sunset, I'll head back out and see what we can find. All right, you guys, hopefully you can see my face okay. It's quite bright out, but we're about an hour and a half before sunset. Obviously you can see behind me where my truck and camper is. So I see a ton of bison in the area, which is amazing. I'm gonna hike down this gravel road where I saw probably 15 or 20 a little bit earlier. So hopefully after this short hike, we'll be able to find some, get some beautiful photos, some video. Now with bison, it's really important that you give them their space. Obviously it's important you give every animal its space, but bison especially. They're unpredictable, they're really fast, and they're really big. So I got my 400, I'm probably gonna use my teleconverter. I'm gonna sit down, see kind of which way they're headed, make sure they know that I'm there, and then hopefully just sit there and wait, and hopefully they'll be comfortable and kind of walk towards me. But okay, this jacket was a mistake. It's way too warm out here. I didn't make it to that big pack because I ended up seeing one kind of like in this valley, which is really beautiful. I made sure he knew exactly where I was, that he could see me walking. That way it's not a surprise to him. He's looking at me, that's for sure. So he came closer to me, which is okay. If he comes any closer though, I'm gonna back up. So he's up here and kind of walking away from me. I'm gonna see if I can get him maybe going down. Slowly but surely followed him up to where the truck is. And he is using one of these poles, you'll see, for the cars to itch his face. Alright, you want to talk about unlucky? He is itching his head on this overlook sign. So freaking funny. It is perfectly in the shadow of my truck. So unfortunately the video isn't going to be the most beautiful in the world, but like there's a sliver of shadow that my truck is in, and he has to pick the one spot. He's kind of walking away from me right now, but I lined up, here I'll take some videos so you can see. I lined up him kind of with the sun and then with some of the Badlands behind him. So if he does turn around, it'll be really pretty. Hopefully you can see me a little bit better now. Maybe it was a little stupid of me to decided that my second vlog ever would be a trip to the Badlands and multi-day. Because, man, this vlogging camera really is kicking my butt. But it's okay. I'm really hoping you guys are enjoying this so far. I really appreciate you guys watching. This is a dream come true for me. It's hard to believe that 6 or 7 years ago I was sitting in a stupid car waiting for someone to tell me to go work, and if I wasn't, I was watching YouTube and just dreaming of doing what I am doing right now. I wish Lindsay was with me. I miss her. I miss Titan. But this is absolutely amazing. So I want to let you guys know I'm quite an idiot. So sunset today is 4:30. My goal was to be out here at 3, and it gives me about an hour and a half of sunset. So I was doing emails on my iPad for work. My iPad said 2:30 on it, and I was like, oh man, time's flying. I should get my stuff together. So I got all my stuff together and I headed out at like 2:55. Well, I was like, man, the sun is freaking high. What did I do? Now I realized that my iPad never switched time zones. So I was actually out here at 2 and not 3. Because I swear, I was like, this is the longest hour and a half I've ever seen. Then it dawned on me. I was out here an hour early, which is, I mean, it's fine. I took photos of this bison back there during that time, and I don't care. I was just so confused on why the sun never sets. Alright guys, so I left that bison alone. He's just grazing. The sun had set enough to where he's in shadow, but the background is all in sunlight. Which honestly, it's very pretty, but considering how dark he is, he would just be like a little outline of blackness if I took any photos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack up the truck. I'm going to take my solar panels down, fold them up, put them inside, and then I think I'm actually gonna move tonight. So I was originally thinking about staying here, but honestly the wind is picking up just slightly, and last night I was a little cold. So I found this other place driving around earlier that is kind of protected by the Badlands themselves, like the hills, so there's like no wind in there. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pack all up, drop the top, and then head on out, and then it's really close, and then I think we'll spend the night there, and then maybe come back to either here or one down there tomorrow morning. It's honestly, I think, like 3 minutes, so it's super close, but just a little bit more protected. That way the heater isn't running quite as much and burning as much liquid propane. So all right, let's do it.